Hey guys, Saf and Ash here, or Ash and Saf. Either way, Saf, what's up, man? How you doing?
Hey man, how's it going? Yeah, we haven't quite figured that one out.
We haven't
figured it out. But yeah, I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. This is our second or third video. I'm losing track here. We're having so much fun in Dragonheir, Silent Gods. This is a an ambassador sponsored channel that we were kind of teaming up together to tackle Dragonheir. You are a seasoned vet, as we know from the first video, and I am a noob. Today we wanted to start with like the super basics, man. Day one, like what should you do in setting up your account? What are some pitfalls to avoid? What are the best practices? Yada, yada, yada. So, you know, the second you download Dragonheir, hopefully you came to this video to chat with us for a little bit and walk you through the process. So Saf, loading screen here, man. Target plane, Winspur Forest. Is that all good? Do I just join in?
Yeah, let's get started. So yeah,
Okay.
if you're playing for the first time, you always want to make sure you start on season 1. Otherwise, you are going to be way behind the content. So season 1, you can get invited if you want to play with your friends. Like if you've got friends on season 2, they can give you a code. That's what this invitation list is. But if you're just starting out and you've seen this video, really want to get into the game, season 1. And pick your server. The game should give you a brand new server to get started.
Okay.
And then we come into this like hero. So this is like a Dungeons and Dragons type feel where you have like strength, dexterity. Now, mostly these stats are kind of like just for fun, but some of them do matter when you play the game. Like dexterity helps you steal things from the NPCs, which are pretty cool. Wisdom helps you convince the NPCs that you are correct all the time. So some of it does matter.
What matters the most if you had to choose? What matters the most or does nothing matter?
Dexterity is quite good because you can steal. Sometimes you can steal from like really good items, like some rare items and different things around the world. But you know, it's just to have a bit of fun. Like for example, strength helps you with objects around the world. I think charisma helps you with like trying to solve traps and various different things. Like there's lots of little mini games in the game. So
I like this lizard dude. I like the lizard folk.
You like me?
Yeah.
You've seen my profile picture?
Yeah.
You understand that I look like wet concrete?
What about you?
Dude,
Who do you want to go with?
Whenever I've played the game, I've always made the half elf because I basically made emo Legolas. But
okay.
I'm a Lord of the Rings fan. Yeah, if people don't know by now, I'm diehard Lord of the Rings. But
I love it, man. I'm trying to get my 6-year-old into Lord of the Rings, so try to get him into it. Maybe a little bit young, I think, though. But
I love Lord of the Rings, and I'm very sad that Theoden did pass away, unfortunately. But we're not going to go into
spoilers. Spoilers. No, I'm joking. All right. Hey, okay, I'm gonna go in high elf, man, because it's your channel too, bro.
We're gonna do it, are we? Or should we make Gimli? Let's make Gimli, actually. I think let's make Gimli instead. Let's make a dwarf.
All right.
I'm very hungry.
I'm not gonna over customize, but obviously we can do that since we're
it's pretty
both
cool though, right?
Yeah,
you can have a bit of fun. You can create your own unique character a little bit, which is it's kind of cool. I kind of like it.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, I'll give him a little something. I don't know if you have any like strong preferences on any of this stuff, but I like a little bit. Yeah.
Angry Gimli. There we go. Angry Gimli. That's what we'll make him.
Yeah, I like this one better. What about you?
Yeah. Ooh.
I kind of like this one. I kind of like this.
Purple makes him more regal, right?
Yeah, I like that look. All right, and you can choose, a horn, a shield, a cape thing.
With a horn. I think a horn makes sense for a dwarf.
You like the horn? Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of like this guy, but...
Oh, you could make him,
No. Let's go horn. All right, what are we going to call this dude?
Ashvera. No, that doesn't really work.
Hello?
Doesn't really work.
We'll call him,
press the crystal ball. Let's just see what it generates.
Oh, is there a... Oh, yeah, perfect.
Ragrim?
No. Let's get rid of the hazel bow and just call him Ragrim.
Ragrim, there we go.
Rangrim? Done and done. Character... Come on, bro. Fleiss? I don't like that. I don't like that. Douglas, bro.
What is his name?
What are these? Come on, man. How about Pano? Oh my god, dude.
I think we're gonna have to go with Ashvera.
Zendel Snyder. Okay.
To name this team.
Yeah, you're right. Ash. How do I PHYRRA?
Yeah, normally there's more R's depending if someone's taken my name. So it's I'm pretty sure my season 3 account is 1R because someone took my name.
All right, is there a long tutorial in this game?
There's a lot of scenes and talk about. This is reasonably long to some extent.
All right, just for our viewers' sake, we're going to cut through everything that we can, but obviously you guys can enjoy that in the comfort of your own home if you'd like to. But okay, so I mean, I like that they put you right in game. Characters done. You know, I have played a tiny bit, by the way. I don't, know the very basics. So I kind of know the feel.
There's a lot of
yeah.
conversations, and
Yes.
you know, if you love storylines, I will say that the storyline in this game is very good. But you might find yourself skipping lots of conversations eventually, and you can mostly skip a lot of it. But
I was going to ask, do I have to go into... Is it intuitive what conversations you can't skip? Like, is there anything that, if you're a skipper, is there anything that like, no, you don't want to skip that? Or is it basically skip what you want?
You can skip what you want if
Okay.
you're not that into the storyline. Dragonheir is very much a grid-based system. It's
Yes.
action combat. So
Do you
that's
like
a big
grid-based? I don't
I
have a lot of
do.
experience with it, yeah.
I do like it to some extent, but the only downside is the way that the targeting works is it can at sometimes be like tank versus tank, if that makes sense. Like, it's all about the leader. But there's like your starter hero here, the Traveler, is very good. Right? If anyone's starting their account, the Traveler is a very good early investment.
Okay. So all my stuff can go into Ashfira.
Ashfira. He's a bit of a special hero because he can change elements and other heroes can't. So you can kind of fit him into different teams how you want, and it doesn't cost you anything, which is really cool.
So in the very beginning of the game, what should folks be concentrating on? Literally just enjoying the story, getting familiar with the battle mechanics. Is there anything they had to be paying attention to, or basically it's just gonna, kind of bring you along?
Oh, so this is new. I haven't played this.
Ooh, okay, all right, yeah, because you're a vet, so it's been a while since you've,
This is new. So Olaf, he's a common. Now, the game doesn't have any duplicate heroes. You can only get the hero once, and then once you kind of resummon the hero, you get like this currency that you need to upgrade certain items. So it's kind of like once you get the hero once, you're good, and you keep them forever, which is kind of cool. So we're going to use Olaf here, not the snowman, Olaf the skeleton.
Olaf the skeleton, there it is. Now, is positioning in the early game, I imagine it's not very important in the early game, right? You just place him wherever, or am I wrong there?
Position is very important, actually, because the way that the targeting works is it's going to pick on the hero it can pick the first. So if you put someone in the front row, they will always get attacked first. So sometimes you might want to like split the damage. If you're fighting 5 enemies, you'll put them like, you put 2 up front, you can split them because it will be like the closest one that it can attack. There are some heroes in the game that can obviously jump to the back line, and they're very terrifying in certain content, but generally speaking, you very much like, it's kind of like 2 forces come together, and then whoever can survive and do the most damage wins.
Okay.
So you can do some cool things here, like you can double click if you want to speed it up, and it will just auto play, so you don't have to click and drag.
Oh, okay, great. So when I get to level 3, I can unlock the new speed, which is great. Is this talk a little bit about the variety of are they heroes or champions? Heroes?
They're all heroes in this game, yeah.
Talk about the variety of heroes, Saf. Are we looking at like a class-based system? It sounds like we are.
Yeah, so in Dragonheir, you have elements. Elements, basically, is kind of like affinity, if you've ever played Raid, where essentially they belong to a specific damage class. So you have fire, you have radiant, you have, I forget off the top of my head, poison, you have necrosis, and you have...
Isn't there lightning too, or am I making that up?
Lightning, yes.
Yeah,
So it's like 6.
Okay.
And what they do is they pair 2 elements together per season, which makes a team, and you get bonuses when you put the elements together. Those elements is pretty much core to the game. It's like kind of like their affinity system. There's not really like strong or weak, but they will put content in the game which benefits from having a specific element damage type, or they might lock content behind you need to have this type of element. So that is how they do the class system. So heroes belong to elements. The only difference is the Traveler, which can like jump between different elements. And there's always like a primary and a secondary element. So you can farm like the affinity dungeons in this game called the keeps. They'll always be 3, they're primary, and then they kind of move the secondary one alongside that primary one.
Okay, that was a pretty good explanation. So these affinity keeps, I can only use the heroes of those affinities in the keeps, or is that not how it works?
No, so what it does is it basically punishes you by saying you take more damage if you use the wrong affinity. So, for example, you can't use fire in fire. It will punish your fire champions by basically making them take more damage, which you obviously don't want to do. So you kind of have to like, the way they force you to build lots of different teams, which is the fun part of the game, is if you can't just have one element, because that element is not going to be successful in all the different content areas.
Okay.
So Natera here is an assassin. You get these really cool cutscenes. I love these cutscenes.
I know they really do a good job with. I mean, we're kind of glossing over. I don't even have the sound playing, but like they do a great job with the aesthetic, with the story, with like even I'm not like a massive story guy, Sav. Like, are you typically? Or
I like to know what's going on. I'm a bit of a TLDR.
Okay, I'm kind of the same. Like, I won't read every word and get really engrossed, but I'll be like, all right, like what kind of should I know a little bit, All right, so. But in the beginning, we're just kind of following everything around, right?
Yeah, you follow the storyline. So it's an open world. You
Yeah.
can explore. There's lots of different activities. There's like little tower defense mini games. There's little old school puzzles you used to do where you had to like match the lock and
Oh,
various different
yes.
things.
I remember
So cool.
those. That's cool.
Some of them are super hard as well. Some of them
Yeah?
you literally like, you sat there for about 5 minutes like, I have absolutely no idea how to do this. It's fun. But yeah, there's lots of, it's all open world. You can pick up things in the environment. There's cooking recipes you have to discover. So there's
Oh, damn.
lots
So
of
there's a lot.
RPG
Yeah.
stuff.
Would
Yeah.
you recommend in the early game, like I find whenever I'll just be real with you, it's a sponsored content, but we're also going to be real on this channel, right? I tend to get very overwhelmed on any new game, you know, and like it kind of puts me off to even play a new game sometimes because I'm like, oh man, dude, like I got to learn all this stuff. So would you recommend new players, like all of these heroes that we're collecting along the way, how much effort should we be putting into like taking time to read all their skills, try to understand exactly what they're doing? Or would you recommend just kind of going through and you'll just pick up on things along the way, kind of learn just through experience versus actually trying to understand everything at the start, you know?
Yeah, I think you basically play until you hit a wall. And then when you hit the walls, you learn.
Then you start paying attention.
Yeah, exactly.
I like this. I like that, man.
Once you start hitting that wall and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing here, then you need to kind of figure out how things work. But the game is pretty... Like what I really enjoy about Dragonheir, because I'm like you, I really despise death by game mode, I call it, where it's like, here's another game mode and here's another tower.
Yeah, and you're
to
like,
climb,
oh,
and here's
no.
another...
No.
No, God! No! They
Yeah.
don't do that in Dragonheir. They kind of stagger the content, but they never make it so that you have to do it there and then. So in one of the videos we will probably do, we'll talk about the Fey Meander. And the Fey Meander is like their version of Doom Tower. But we're in Raid, for example, you kind of have to log in every day. And if you miss your day and you miss too many days, you're going to miss the top reward. All they do is they slowly unlock it. And then when you come back, say after, say that you want to take a 2-day break, you come back and you just got 6 more floors you can do. There's no like keys, but they don't let you climb it all straight away. So you kind of have like this, oh, well, I can do it when I want to feeling, which is really nice.
Okay. No, I love that. So I guess this is a good place to pause here. We've gotten to our first, what would be appropriate to call this? A fortress? Stronghold?
It's
Village?
a settlement, yeah. There's lots of different places in the open world where they'll have like lots of different rooms. Now, one important thing you should always do is never just follow the quest marker, because in some of these other cabins, you will find little hidden things like pickup spots. So you see like the little hand?
Yep.
After we've spoken to Hexandra.
Yes.
If we go back into Fogtown.
Yes, I saw a little. So you should just basically search everywhere.
That will give you sometimes a quest item. Sometimes it will give you Weirmarrow, which is the currency that you will predominantly use to summon. Sometimes it will give you food, materials. They got gear, for example. So, and sometimes you'll find some people who've got like a side quest for you to do. Sometimes they just want to talk to you. It's it is what it is. Sometimes you just have a bit of backstory.
Sure. That's a good tip though. And we're gonna have, by the way, guys, it probably should go without saying, but we're gonna have videos on all this stuff: gearing, summoning, strategy, everything. So if we're not talking about something in today's video, don't worry, we'll have plenty of that in the future. But man, he's got a lot to say, man. He's got a lot to say.
You keep asking them
The same question over and over and over again doesn't mean that we have to keep coming up with new things to say.
Oh, my bad.
The same question.
As you can see, I'm not the best host here. All right, so I'm gonna exit.
Like I've told you this 12 times now.
Yeah. All right, so I've gotten a couple quests here. Why don't we end this video, because we're kind of covering just like the very basics of starting an account. Why don't you just tell us about the layout here? Like, obviously we have the mini map, we have like these areas. Talk about anything that we should be aware of on our first day playing.
So you got your mini map here. You want to get out of this area quickly. Kind of like this is your first area, because this is like the intro, little tutorial. So you'll clear this within the first hour of your gameplay. You can see that they haven't given you any more areas. There will be lots of areas as they unlock. If you actually get a free hero here, which is Astarion, which is, you didn't get that when I was playing it, and you get a lot of Weirmarrow. If you come out of this map here a second. Okay. One of the things to actually note here, by the way, is the food that was on the top right of the map. That's kind of like your daily energy. You will only use that in dungeons. You won't use it anywhere else, predominantly. And there is like refills and you can buy it. But generally speaking, it's a pretty good energy system. It's fairly rewarding.
So that's energy similar to energy in Raid, stamina in Watcher, just basically the resource that you use to battle.
Correct, yeah.
And dungeons. Yeah.
Not arena, they have their own currency,
Yes.
and things like their towers don't require energy, they're separate, and all sorts of things. Now the question mark next to the minimap, and obviously there's some new content rewards you can claim there.
Yeah, I'll claim this along the way. Why not?
Gives
Might
you
as well.
some
All right.
summons. The question mark is like the helper. So if you're not sure what you're getting when you find a new exploration, the question mark at the top right will tell you like the mini tutorial book and adventure book here. So if you ever get confused about what's going on, you can find it there. The main menu is the star at the top right. Pretty much everything that you'll see here will unlock bit by bit. Plans, updates, news, galleries, store, summoning. All of this will appear at some point. Right now, we just have the pack and appearance, but clans are pretty big. We'll probably cover that in a separate video. And you can see that you've got the currencies. So the gold currency is like the premium one you buy, the gold diamond. The purple currency is the sort of gems in this game. Predominantly, you'll use that just for summoning, and then the sort of orange dice is the Heliolite dice. That is kind of like the sacred shard of Dragonheir.
Okay, so these are like sacred, the premium summons on the far left. This is gold to upgrade stuff, yada, yada, yada. What is this one again, the 27?
That is your gems. That is literally
okay.
The currency you would have, like premium currency to like exchange it. The way you should use gems is keep hold of them and use them for summoning. That's the best way. It's very tempting sometimes to exchange gems for energy. Don't, because the key thing about it is getting heroes. So you always want to like convert those Weirmarrows into the orange dice, because the orange dice up until recently was the only way you get legendaries. They've changed now the purple dice, which you saw you just got by pressing 100%.
Yes,
That's the second form of dice. They used to be only where you get epics. You've got like a 0.2% chance now to also get a legendary.
Okay, so that's good to know. So save those. You hear that, guys? Save those for summoning. And this, what is this little nugget over here, Saf?
The gold one is the premium diamond. It's like the premium dragon gold. So
even more premium than
yeah.
this. Okay.
You basically buy. Most people will buy the dragon gold. Sometimes they'll do promotions where you can exchange the dragon gold for an item or a currency. Most people kind of buy the dragon gold to convert it to the Weirmarrow, the red gems. It's kind of like a 1-to-1 conversion from the store there. So you can see like there's some subscriptions you can get, which is the Weirmarrow mining warrant. If you're playing seriously, those are very, very good deals in terms of like Saf, a lot.
That's going to be our next video. Stop talking about spending.
I'm going to stop talking. I get carried away with these things. It's a very exciting
Too many tips. Yeah. Too many tips. No, I'm just joking. I don't want to leave the people hanging. In the store, what best value? What is it? What were you going to say? Finish your thought. I don't want to tease the audience.
The subscriptions are the best value, but we'll go into it more detail next time in terms of like what isn't a good purchase, because it's completely different
these guys,
to a lot of
gacha
games.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a very different experience to a lot of gacha games that I think a lot of our people watching, like if you've played Watch and Raid, it's a completely different experience.
Okay. Anything else to know about? I mean, so I gotta say, man, I really like the simplicity, I guess. Like they put a lot here, but it's simple to navigate, between everywhere, really. So this is your hero collection here. Pretty obvious.
Your hero is pretty cool, right?
Yeah,
so he's cool. So as I said, if you click on switch element, he's very cool. Your traveler. He's special. He's very unique. He has his own books. Okay. You can actually change him to whichever element you want.
And he's the only hero you can do in the game.
Only hero can do it. And it's free to do it. But he does different effects. So in fire, he's much more damage. In lightning, he can do like stuns. In frost, he can like shield your team. So he does lots of different things depending on how you want to use him.
Wow.
And when we start getting into more videos around elemental pairings and building teams, like you'll see how flexible he can be.
Ooh, I'm excited, man. I'm actually excited. I'm excited to have you by my side here, man. Because I feel like, we're dealing with a stacked deck. We actually know how to develop, or how to develop these things. So this is really cool. Is there any, I guess, final question for this video is, first couple days playing the game, is there any hero that people should be going after or keep their eyes open for, or like a specifically accessible, really good hero in the early game outside of your starter, your journey?
Sigrid. Sigrid is a rare support champion that is not a support champion. I don't know if we have access to the gallery yet, do we?
I don't think.
Press the star at the top right. Yes, we do. The gallery. There we go. Have a little sneak peek at all the heroes in the game, all the legendaries and everything. But it's a rare poison, so you can see the elements down the left-hand side.
There's a lot more back in. Okay, rare. I get it.
There's loads. You can filter. There's about over 250 heroes, but Sigrid is the absolute queen of most people's first point, because rare books are pretty cheap in terms of to get. They're not too bad, but what she is super special at is she is a great damage carry for your team early on because of her ultimate, the way that she will just target everyone under a debuff. It's so powerful. You use it everywhere. She's so good. She also has decreased attack. She's classified as a support. She's really not. She's
okay. She does it all.
She's one I would look out for.
All right, we'll do a summoning in probably this week or next week. We'll do our first big summoning. We'll kind of go over all the heroes that we pull. But hey, this has been a great start. I'm super thrilled again, man. Not only to be playing this game, but to be working with you. So thanks again, Saf. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks again to Dragonheir Silent Gods for sponsoring today's video and this channel. This is a really cool opportunity to play a game that I've always wanted to dive into, working with the developer and working with you, man. So thanks again.
I can't wait. It's going to be
All
fun.
right. Thanks for watching, guys. And as always, take care.